What's the crack, lads? Welcome back to the channel. Just a quick one today with Raul, Maldini, and of course Neymar joining on Monday in eFootball. This was the pack, right? So it's the trio of boys. I think Raul is definitely a very interesting card to get. He's a left footer, obviously. He's got blitz curl. I don't need to say much more about blitz curl. You guys know what it is by now. These are his stats, right? 95 attack and awareness is huge. Finishing and curl into the 90s. His ball control, dribbling and tight possession. And finishing is huge at 93, as I said. Speed, acceleration, and kick and power. With a booster, you can give him multiple boosters to improve his balance. And that's going to kick up to 90 as well. Whatever booster you want. With this build, 10, 6, 6, 9, 7 into lower body, and 5 into aerial strength. You're going to have 80 physical contact on him as well. The only issue with him is that you do need to give him a couple of skills. But Blitz Curler is definitely a really good card to have in your arsenal if you're looking to, get something different going, if you're struggling against defenders to break them down with the new way the meta is or the new way the game is. But he is a dummy runner, which can be an issue. Now, the pick of the pack from me is Maldini. Yes, there's been multiple versions of Maldini. And shout out to OC, he did actually get these in a double spin, as you saw at the start of the video. This is just an insane card. You can train him in multiple ways. He is going to beat the meta inflation, is what I call it, because he can either go 90 speed or he can go 99 in all defensive stats. We'll show you two different builds. Excellent stats, excellent build. All you do need to give him is area superiority and heading. Anything else is at your own discretion. But I feel like Maldini is probably going to be as good as Araujo. A lot of people still using Araujo or Thuram that you can play as a CB or a right back or left back if you train him well. That's the build up on screen there. No real need to talk through it. Obviously, we're going to show you firstly a kind of left-sided or right-sided right back or centre back. If you're playing 3 centre backs and a left or right back or a full back, you can play him here with the 90 speed. That is what I would go with this version of him with the 90 speed. Just for coming up against those other tricky wingers. Because a lot of people are going to train cards now 95 speed, 95 acceleration and above. If you're playing him in a more central role, I would go, even though he's a defensive fullback, I would go a little bit less into the speed. If you're playing him as a kind of outright defender first, and he can attack obviously, but it's like Thuram. You are going to mess around with his build here, but what you're trying to replicate is essentially 99 into all defensive stats with boosters and whatever way you want to trick it, right? Or whatever way you want to trigger it, right? You don't need more than 85 speed. So you can kind of tweak this around, obviously, and give him a different booster to get 85 speed, 85 acceleration. You're going to have 90 physical contact, 90 plus heading, and 97 jump. But all his defensive stats are going to be maxed out, including defensive awareness, which is what I'm kind of looking at now, like a 10%, 15% boost to defender speed. I know it's a very clunky way of saying it, but that is the second build that we've gone for there. So the way I'm looking at it now is if you haven't checked out that video of the new meta and the new gameplay changes, there's tiny, tiny, tiny little changes that do add up for a little bit of a different breakdown of play. You're not going to see a lot of this if you play meta, and if you're not struggling to score goals or concede goals, you won't really see a lot of the issues. But if you're coming up against a really good opponent, there is tiny little tweaks that you need to do to your builds and stuff like that if you want to get the best out of your cards. So those are the builds there, and me talking through them, not much more needs to be said. Now, we do have to talk about Neymar as well. I'm slightly disappointed with this Neymar. We were promised, or we were rumoured to have, a really, really prime version of blonde-haired Neymar and Messi. Yes, he does have acceleration burst. Yes, he's down as a whole player. With Allegri, he is absolutely insane from a statistical point of view. That is the build 669991. And to be honest with you, lads, there is no weakness in this card. I mean, if you do not have MSN Neymar, this is potentially the best attacking whole player you can ever have. Look at the stats. You don't even need to talk through them. They're just insane. 99 balance, absolutely insane in every single stat that you need. He has 90 pass and 90 finish and 90 curl. It is a bit of a pity he doesn't have better skills. That's the one thing. Acceleration, burst, I know people will say, yeah, it's not too bad, but I definitely think he could have had better skills to kind of put this as the prime version of Neymar. If you have this MSN version of Neymar, I know the prolific winger playstyle is a little bit of a frustrating one, but I do feel like that he is on par with the MSN Neymar now, this one. I definitely think he is. I mean, it's just a fantastic card. I've used this MSN Neymar for quite a while. Let me know if you did spin. I will catch you guys in the next one. It's just a quick video. Peace.